Is Yakuza 0 the best Yakuza game? I've never played a Yakuza game before, but now I see what I've been missing. If you want to play an action-packed game, sing karaoke,
I sing for you.
or talk to women,
Moshi.
Yakuza 0 is for you. Hey, welcome to my channel everyone, I'm the globalcherry and I will discuss why Yakuza 0 is the best Yakuza game and everything you can do there. Before we begin, subscribe, like the video, and enjoy the show. Yakuza 0 is like a game where everyone's on copium and Majima is riding the highest high. However, it's also a gripping story about good men trying to survive in a world dominated by bad men. So what's the story about? At the heart of it is Kazuma Kiryu, a man whose talents include punching people into the shadow realm, hyping up his best friend Nishiki, has the biggest RBF, singing his heart out at karaoke, and walking directly into strangers. For all his strength, Kiryu's defining flaws are his naivete and stubbornness. He relentlessly strives to be good, even as the world constantly punishes him for it. Kiryu initially sees the Yakuza as a group of honorable men, inspired by his mentor and father figure, Shintaro Kazuma, and his best friend Nishiki. But as the story unfolds, his ideals are shattered. The Yakuza world, particularly the Dojima family, is filled with men like the three lieutenants, Kuze, Awano, and Shibusawa, whose motivations boil down to money and power. Even their tattoos reflect this. Awano's Momotaro tattoo symbolizes indulgence and a carefree lifestyle, while Shibusawa's dragon mirrors his obsessive desire to achieve the same respect and authority that Kazuma commands. The story takes a dark turn when Kiryu is tasked with collecting money from a man in a small but highly coveted piece of land called the Empty Lot. Things spiral out of control when the man turns up dead, and Kiryu is framed for his murder. This tiny scrap of land suddenly becomes the focal point of a bloody power struggle, with every Yakuza group in the region fighting for control. At the top of this power struggle is Dojima family patriarch Sohei, who promises his lieutenants Kuze and Awano the captain's seat, currently held by Shintaro Kazuma, who's in prison, if they can secure the Empty Lot. When Kiryu is offered the easy way out by taking the fall for the murder, he protects his mentor by asking to be expelled from the Yakuza. After a shady meeting with real estate agent Tachibana, mysteries start to unravel. Unfortunately for Kiryu, this puts him squarely in the crosshairs of the Dojima clan, but it's fine. With the power of and friendship, will survive. Kiryu's story is a gut-wrenching journey of choices that force him to either compromise his morals or suffer the brutal consequences of sticking to them. His unrelenting determination to sacrifice himself for the greater good drags him through wave after wave of tragedy. And yet, even when he teeters on the edge, when he almost becomes like the Yakuza he despises, his best friend Nishiki pulls him back from the abyss. Goro Majima is another protagonist who chooses to do good, not for personal gain, but because every fiber of his being compels him to, regardless of the consequences. For trying to save his sworn brother, Seijima, Majima is punished by the Tojo clan Shimano family, forced to be their cash cow as a cabaret manager, while confined to a jailed district. When offered a chance to rejoin the Tojo clan by assassinating Makimura Makoto, he instead chooses to protect her, enduring immense pain in the process. His selflessness drives him to let the woman he loves go so she can live a peaceful life. Even as he embraces his new identity as the mad dog of Shimano, Majima sacrifices his own happiness to shield her from the underworld's darkness, all while gradually succumbing to it himself. It's no wonder players love Goro Majima even more than Kiryu, as Sato acknowledged. With his style, charisma, and chaotic brilliance, whether settling fights outside his business, dominating the disco, or managing a cabaret, Majima is an unforgettable icon of the franchise. The game effortlessly shifts between deeply serious moments and utterly ridiculous ones. When the screen fades to black, you're never sure if you're in for a skippable dialogue or an entire TV drama. The fights are over the top with insane heat actions and quick time events I could never nail to cheese through them. I just power up with 2 essentials, a free smile and a konbini run for an unhealthy amount of ramen. And if that doesn't lift your spirits, the opponent title screens definitely will. Aside from the story, what truly makes this game amazing is the unpredictability, especially the blessed side stories. Yakuza will dramatically rip off their shirts, lock eyes with their opponents, and deliver a totally not gay stare before fighting. You can also play arcade games, fake being a movie producer, join a cult that chants, or randomly receive pocket tissues from strangers. Wait, what do I need these for? Oh no. A man with the voice of an angel will even teach you to invest in yourself and a new combat style. Yes! I poured 1 billion virtual yen into Goro Majima's brawler style because I have a bat and I'm not afraid to use it. Along the way, you can fight a Discord mod, stop high schoolers from selling used underwear because you're definitely not a pervert, and go on a wild quest to retrieve a boy's video game from the guy who stole it, from the guy who stole it, from that guy who stole it. There's even a side quest where you suffer through a claw game to bring a little girl joy, only for her to start calling you daddy. Guess I forgot the milk. Not into becoming a daddy? No problem, be a sugar daddy. You can teach a band to act like gangsters, run an alcohol delivery for the homeless, and even train a dominatrix to be more dominant. Because why not do that in front of kids? Speaking of kids, I think this guy in her session likes them too much. That's him, Chris Hansen. Get him. And if you feel like becoming EDP, you can go down the jail route and pretend to be a high school girl's boyfriend. I think I made a minor mistake. Between intense missions, you can spend your downtime as Kiryu or Majima, failing at baseball, playing pool, pretending to understand mahjong, breakdancing, investing in real estate, writing postcards for Dolce Kamiya's radio show, dominating disco dance battles, throwing money around, helping a guy retrieve his pants back. And the most unhinged activity of all, visiting a Japan catfighting club. Lusty cosplay girls brawl in a fighting pit while you bet on the winner. It's like being a guy walking into Victoria's Secret alone, except you're not alone in this. You're surrounded by fellow men and women of culture. And then there's Mr. Libido, who doesn't even bother wearing pants. Lastly, as Majima, you'll scout hostesses and manage your own cabaret club, raking in cash while competing against rivals.
いらっしゃいませ、お客様。
いらっしゃいませ。Producer Masayoshi Kikuchi and writer Hiroki Sakamoto even interviewed Real Hostess Club employees, with many characters in Yakuza 0 inspired by these interactions. Simply put, in Yakuza 0, anything can happen, and it probably will. Believe it or not, many of Yakuza's side activities like illegal gambling, poker, shogi, and catfights were actually banned in 1980s Japan. If you love a chaotic mix of random events, this game is the perfect gateway into the series. The developers poured incredible detail and passion into it. Every character is modeled after their voice actor, and even some NPCs are based on real-life celebrities, like Miracle Johnson, Michael Jackson, and Steven Spining, a nod to Steven Spielberg. Iconic locations like Sotenbori and Kamurocho are modeled after Dotonbori and Kabukicho, respectively. Yakuza 0 even earned praise from real-life Yakuza, except for 2 things: Kiryu's choice of clothes and his habit of picking fights with everyone he sees. So, have I turned you to the dark side and convinced you to get into this game? Let me know your thoughts on this game in the comments below. And if you are a fan of the Yakuza series, do you agree that this would be the best Yakuza game? That is all for today. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more content like this, especially if you think you'd enjoy the Yakuza series. Thank you for watching, and that's all.